Yeah, she can bring a helicopter down. Trust when you're not around, they talking down. Yeah, I'ma leave your ass mad alone. You always using your witchcraft to be casting stones. I fly through your immune system like you had it cold. Look, everything in a fire round, get a dragon nose. Yeah, got me thinking about this shit. I'ma tell you now, I ain't thinking about a bitch. Now if this was a boat, we in relationship. This ain't the Titanic, I ain't sinking with the ship. Nah, alright. Only God can judge me, you cannot embarrass me. I was in the cloud, holler if you hear me. I fell into a ditch. Life gets spooky, let me tell you about the shit, yeah. Got me scratching my head when I'm a danger. How the fuck did I end up in these handcuffs? Never knew you was a rat. Now how the devil like the feds knew where I was at. Man, it's all in my head. Goddamn girl, yeah, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl like this. Man, it's all in my head. Goddamn woman, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl like this. Damn, no mistake. These people ain't your friends, yeah. What kind of state of being is you in, yeah. I can't remember this one thing. People just gon' hate for the being that you is, yeah. Alright. For sure. Daddy got not, you not got, you can't cry. I'm gonna find you. That's how the motherfucking fast be. They'll leave your ass floating like a jet ski. They put you in a spot, can't get no tan. Fucking with the algorithms on their programs. Yeah, got some moderators for the moderation. Yeah, like the fast, just a Leo ass indoctrinated. They act like they got the code with no combinations. I go to other constellations for my conversations. You could just stand on the line. I don't fall from the sky. You are the one with the line. The line is falling on my mind. And it's all in my head. Goddamn girl, yeah, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl back in bed. Man, it's all in my head. Goddamn woman, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl like this. Man, it's all in my head. Goddamn girl, yeah, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl like this. Man, it's all in my head. Goddamn woman, I thought we was friends. Love was a lie, but you left me for dead. Let me out stranded for a girl like this. Are you ready? You're ready. Are you ready or not? Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Take that. No, take that. Bad boy, take that. And it's bad boy for life. Oh, I said, take that. Certain people shouldn't have took it. Wouldn't have been in the position you in right now. P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Sean Diddy Cone. Oh, learn that. Saying real stuff that hopefully we could be okay. Can we be okay, YouTube? Can we be okay today? You know what I'm saying? Like, please. Why do I always gotta not be normal? Why this channel always gotta be the not normal channel? Why can't I just be, I ain't even doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of getting off cameras. This is YouTube mine. I'm saying real stuff. You gonna start this. You gonna treat me. I ain't human though. You know? So, like, I gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? Real, I just gotta take the good with the bad. I can't sit here and talk against my own will. God ain't say everything positive was supposed to come from it. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. God said sometimes the negative come from it, and you got to know how to conduct the negative. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about it like, all right, let me conduct the negative the right way. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in a situation where even with the good, the bad get attacked too. If it come my way, though, I got to accept it. Learn where to find satisfaction in it.
Learn how to look at the negative as also got haters. You know what I'm saying? You must be doing something. Oh yeah, I ain't doing that. See, they doing something, not me. I'm taking a break from always doing something. You know what I'm saying? How you like me now? Oh, so who said that? Granddaddy Kane, Big Daddy Kane, or Rick Rakim? Which one? Which one? How you like me now? Whichever one said that, God was around the studio when they was rapping in the booth and stuff like that. So God wasn't around the other dude that day. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta figure out how you like me now. Which one did that? Which one? Big Daddy Kane or Rock? Had to be one of the two. Everybody else was trash at that time. Everybody else was trash. Dougie Fresh, trash. He better ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. How you like me now? Is that Rakim? Big Daddy Kane? No, Kumo D. Oh, that's Kumo D. Oh, I was wrong on all of them. Saying, oh, so how you like me now is Kumo D. Oh yeah, Kumo D. How you like me now? Oh yes, okay, yeah, he was harder than all of them. Kumo D was harder than everybody at that time. How you like me now, Tum Tum? Oh, saying real style, killing everybody at that time. Kumo D with the goddamn Kango. Saying with the Hebrew Israelism bucket hat. Oh wait a minute, I see Psyop. I see Psyop on Kumo D. Why I see Psyop on Kumo? Why you ain't gonna let me get into this full moon Leo, Kumo D? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I see Psyop. I see Psyop. I see like people, older brothers and uncles and stuff getting witchcraft on through this cat. I see it right now. I see it. Kumo, I see sex scandal all over this cat energy. I see sex scandal all over this cat. This cat ain't in jail yet. This cat ain't in jail. Wait a minute. Kumo D. Astro D. This cat need to be in jail. That. No, don't put that Google. Kumo D. Astro D. Now I can start talking. He need to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I'm not thinking about it. He got a little bit of energies around him that look kind of weird. Ain't that African band? He like, oh, this kind of Leo. I knew it. I knew it. I knew something was coming. I knew somebody wanted some attention that ain't nowhere near us. Welcome into Full Moon Leo. Welcome to Full Moon and Leo, goddammit. So we ain't off track. Everything was synchronous. Yeah, we need to stop talking about this smack monkey. He got a sex scandal waiting to happen. He looked like it already, or he wouldn't even been in hip hop that early. Let's get him out of here right now. Get him out of here right now. Let's go back on Uriel's live stream right now. I'm saying, real say here, goddamn Leo. So it all makes sense. All makes sense. I knew it. Some goddamn Leos want attention. They about to get like Geminis now. You goddamn die, they be in your goddamn dreams and want you to copy them and shit after they dead. Don't kick the fuck rocks. But goddamn it, we got two different stages. One ain't on Earth. Keep your ass there. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, or take your ass in jail if you still on Earth. I'm saying real stuff. Like, we gotta really think about certain things. We gotta think about certain things. I start seeing too many energies. I'm gonna stop talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Then it got into Leo. Enough said. We don't need to go no further. Welcome to the full moon and Leo energies. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. God, don't become too explosive. Hey, stuff hit the fan. A little Simba Pride Rock energy, a little Pride Rock. You'll hold your little child up towards the sun face. That. This little light of my neck. And this little light of my, you missed your solar plexus and you got a blocked, uncalcified throat chakra. So you gotta really get that together for you to think about shining and expressing yourself. What good is expressing your Lion King or your lioness energy with your solar plexus if your throat chakra all cloggy sewer like? You know what I'm saying? Anything you express, it might look like something from a distance. Soon as we hear will come out your mouth. We got examples of rappers on IG right now, and they only selling 2,000 records now with 2 million followers. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you should know. We don't know you for like promoting who we supposed to vote for and stuff like that. We only know you for the little fart cloud that go in front of the microphone and stuff like that. Stay there with your autism. Oh, says stay there if you want to continue to sell records. Hey, you better start following Drake. Oh, say we hear more music, less talking. Hey, follow that template. I said thank you so much for the donation, Lady Satan. I appreciate that for Baltimore real stuff. Y'all see 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? He started talking a little too much though. I think he gotta be quiet now. You know, he made me almost push the button to say, I got daddy issues. I'm like, wait a minute. He got a throat chakra. Why he talking the way he talking? You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Like I had to pause it for a second. Like, wait, what's going on? Wait, I had to check. Oh, this guy got Adam's apple. What's going on? Oh, he ain't got no dreads no more. His braids. Wait, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I had to think what's going down. Like, I got daddy issues. I start thinking about like, oh shit. Let me pass this little segment up. You know what I'm saying? Let me move this little segment real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me exit this segment real quick. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about emotional issues and stuff. His father like paying for one thing over the other brother than him and stuff. He started talking about that more than the death of his brother. Rest in peace. But you know what I'm saying? We start seeing what really mattered. I only thought that was through like, you know what I'm saying, consultations and stuff like that after somebody just had to put their like dinette set and China set in the dining room together by themselves. And they having trouble with the instructions and stuff with the screwdriver and the flathead screwdriver. Oh, I'm saying that with like a banana split from Dairy Queen. I only thought that came from that. I didn't know it came from, you know what I'm saying, hot dogs. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to the hot dog factory and shit, Jay's hot dogs. So Burger King and stuff, Adam's apple. I didn't know it came from that and stuff. So like he almost made me push the button when he started talking at that little segment on this interview. I got daddy issues. Oh, it almost made me. Shit, I think I did push it. I think 21 Savage got daddy issues. Oh, shout out to 21 Savage. Good album. Good album. You know what I'm saying? Without no toxic trauma, y'all humans can't do nothing in the booth. It's good y'all live life and go through actual experiences and get shot and stuff. We get good music. Good music. I got daddy issues. Real stuff. Hey, I'm just keeping it 100. Why ain't allowed to keep it 100? Why I gotta go blurry and stuff and get more trolls and stuff like that and get it a hard time for the humanity world to get it together and get on par and get on track? Why? Why I gotta be like that for me? Why I can't just say 2 words and I'm Sadhguru? I said I'm Neil deGrasse, goddamn slash Carl Sagan, 21st 80th century. Why? Now why? It ain't like I ain't already got 10,000 damn videos and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's some psyop hatery going on. Some psyop hatery, American pie pastry going on. Something that, like it was left in the oven too long. I ain't, it's like the crust is burnt. At least get graham cracker crust. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do nothing else. Get graham cracker crust. Yo, none of that American pie there. I'm making my own language. I'm making my own cuneiform hieroglyphic. You know, further than that, get my own piece. Hey, I'm gonna search for my piece. Welcome to Full Moon and Leo. 12 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Look at the internet. I don't know how the internet clicks off. How the so goddamn fast. Oh, let me put this back on real quick. So all I did was push the mouse. The mouse knew exactly where to go. It went to the X button. You know what I'm saying? The X out the internet, online, and everything. How I do all that? You know what I'm saying? How I do all that? Like always, like when you make a mistake, it always do like the stuff that you can't even really do if you tried. You got to think real hard and look and make sure you push it. Then you might still don't push it if you're trying to X out online and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole psyop. Everything is psyop. Everything is psyop. You got to pay attention. Everything's psyops. Real stuff. Everything is psyops. All right, here we go. I said I had smacked the mouse off the table. It hit the ground. How the internet cut off. The screen went down. Everything. How I get that? Like how I get that intelligent? How the mouse button even push? You know what I said? Like there's some psyop stuff going on. I think it's some witchcraft being practiced on me. There's some witchcraft being practiced. Oh, I'm saying I'm peeping game now. I gotta peep real game because stuff hitting the fan. I gotta see what fan is hitting. Sometimes if you don't know what fan is hitting, it ain't hitting down here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand where the fan is hitting though. Sometimes you be around air conditioners, you be around car heaters, fans and stuff like that. Sometimes you be around a little stove ventilator fan and stuff. None of them don't be the right fan sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Then you be like paying attention, distracted, shadow government be doing something else. Then stuff hit the fan. It's harder for you to find a job that match your college degree. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You see how quick they do that? Like you see it hit the fan before you was ready for it. I said thank you so much for the donation, Dialana Villa. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. Shout out to the soul group, the ballers of the goddamn soul group. Real stuff. Speeding of the school is this year automatically. I'm telling y'all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. At least a little large. Something. You know what I'm saying? And the first day we're gonna have a what they call that, like a housewarming type of thing. So I'm looking towards, because I don't want to rush or anything like that nature. I'm looking towards late summer, early fall. That things should be like rooted in wintertime, because I'm treating that like my piece, my female, my atmosphere. So it'll be truly cuffing season once winter get there. I should be fully rooted in. Things should be already accumulating an entire wheel. It's really just like an office too, like an office, do content and stuff like that, and prayer meetings and stuff like that, things, and then you know what I'm saying, raise everybody to be HPIFs, and then people could go take that energy out in the world. So I would like to build that up to be like a holiday, also, where all content creators and things of that nature, and we'll pick probably 2 days out the month, and that'll be a ceremony, just like the actual Greeks and Jews do, and we'll be able to do that, and that'll be the first cornerstone. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the office, the little lodge, the first cornerstone. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully eventually we start melting our own metals, getting our own coins before we even start making it as a bargain and exchange. I'm talking too much right now though. Sad that's the because I don't, they watching. You know what I'm saying? I don't need them saying, yes, bitch, yes, clean as go. Hey, yeah, that sounds like something we did, Uriel. Hey, yeah. Oh, I don't need all that. I don't need all that from these cats. I'm saying, butter these cats' hearts up and stuff like that, like to make it seem like I'm kind of doing something they doing. No, I ain't. I'm doing something different. It's like, Wade, thank you so much for the cash app. I couldn't see the name. It ain't quite like what y'all think. Trust me, it ain't on the east of no city. It's gonna be on the west of a city. Now, how about that? How about that? Now, leave me alone. Leave me alone. As long as this knowledge and this wisdom and everybody waking up like seriously on some real stuff in the world, like, and people actually understand their actual power and what the mind's supposed to be utilized for, and not being wasted on what your magic is there for anyway, then that's the whole purpose. That's the whole goal. And that's what sacrificing is, where it ain't actually got anything to do with sacrificing from what you think the Bible is teaching you from sacrificing. We're talking about characteristics, concepts. You can't even keep too much intellectual property of intelligence inside without releasing it. You will drive yourself crazy. You will have to release it, even if you just lost in the woods being musty because you was following a cult and you just slightly woke up and you ain't got nobody else to talk to but plants and animals. Trust me, you will spend time in making that something you happy to do. Because when God gives something inside of you, you ain't got no choice but to release it. And that's what you're supposed to do. God ain't making the mechanism no other way. Or you would be no such thing as the witchcraft version of it. Colleges, metal melting steel mills, and cutting down trees to make green Polaroid pictures to put somebody's grand smack monkey kid on it and stuff like that. None of that would be there if that wasn't the case. You got to learn. So when you go learn, someone's teaching it. So obviously that's one mechanism of the world. You can kind of look at that, the physical representation of the spiritual. Everything is in reverse, the five senses. In the spiritual world is just one sense, friction. And that stimuli, we create terms like feeling, seeing it, feeling it, touching it, hearing it. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just an experience that really just transforms stuff. So in the spirit world, it's in reverse and things of that nature, and it's just an experience and things of that nature. We get lost into that. But for the most part, let's get into this full moon in Leo. So you can be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes into expressing yourself. And when you express yourself, you ain't got no choice but to express your true self. And your true self is your new self. And you might feel uncomfortable with it and think that it's not your true self. So you might try to hide it, certain areas that expose now, because we're going through a new shift. And this new shift, as above, so below, needs certain other awarenesses, other sides of you, for you to run through smoothly with this. Remember, other sides of you may not been sufficient, or you may not have went through enough experiences to see these other sides of you during current or previous circumstances, being awakened to your new self, becoming a butterfly. So some of these templates that even was just brand new over the past 6 months is becoming outdated much more faster because of the shift. So you're looking at it like it's still a necessity to keep your insecurities in that vulnerable place where it don't have to be exposed, right? But also it's playing out in such a way where it's not useful for this new shift, and sides of you is being shown even if you're unaware of it. And we're all able to see the light inside of each other that the other can't see. So you might have others around you start to see things in you, and if it's things you're not seeing in yourself, everybody may not know how to decipher what they're actually seeing from the spirit world. So the way that they filter that mental form for themselves is going to be based on their upbringing or what they suggesting from you, and it's going to filter out through their body. So it's going to start giving you energies like they're expecting something from you, and you might feel it in the negative vibration. And you don't have to take it negative if you was already planting good seeds and already prospering a little bit. You will have something to replace what's not being seen as the elephant in the room and having physical results or back pockety energy for a person to actually decipher it for themselves, to back off and be like, oh, this person got it together. When you're in a situation of there's other sides of you that's a necessity right now for this new shift that's going on, and the sides that you was comfortable with to protect what you was already going through is the only thing that you're using, it's going to butt head with this new shift, because a person is going to see you in the light that I'm saying, but you also going to be seeing others in that same light. So it can only play out as tit for tat, where a person give you weird expectation, and then you start to think that you have to throw it back on them. Well, you throw an expectation back on them. Well, you should be doing this or this, that, and the third in order to protect each self as an individual. This is what everybody going to be going through when they're not spiritual, or they're going through this little birth stage at the moment, because they have no choice but to change. That's why the most retarded person is waking up right now. But the experience and the level of change is more harsh to others that's on that smaller scale than others who are spiritually awakened. So when it comes to your parents and things of that nature, yeah, they may be becoming a little wiser, but they're still a smaller spirit. So their way of being wiser still may come across as toxicity and things of that nature. So you have to learn how to give grace and know when to separate, and know how to not attach so much of their energy to yours to make you think that this is how you're supposed to be seen, especially if it's a negative vibration that it could put you in. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be really upholding something that ain't you, based on not rubbing somebody the wrong way, that's lost in a shift that's no longer even useful right now. You know what I'm saying? But going back to my previous point, we only got one sense in the spiritual world. It's just that what we call it. And then in the physical world, that character mechanism play out as different patterns, different polarizations. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Oh, I can see the whole name for the Cash App. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And then we call it taste, touch, see, smell, hear. But it's truly just the spirit experiencing, clashing two atmospheres together. Your experiences, your lighter form intellect, your heavier form emotion, and clashing that male and female together, fourth and fifth dimension together, and sixth dimension, and making a binding system, a character, a sun, and a reflection, a moon, a Lilith. And then once you do that, make that first man. The first man was a woman. You jump inside of it as a spirit and make it bigger. As that information, before it expires, it condenses and become part of the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. And you can bring that invention down here and go find the actual mineral to create that invention. And the mineral be the actual manifestation of the mind. So we'll go find something in the sand and crystal dirt, some type of pattern to put something together, like an alchemy and chemist, and boom, we got fusion, we got light bulbs now, we got buildings, we carve out bricks and stuff. Yeah, y'all powerful. Y'all just got to know how to do it the right way. Y'all overlook what's simple. Y'all powerful though. Y'all Jews, Masons, all y'all humans, y'all powerful though. Like, I give credit where it's due. It's just I don't like when it's being misused. Bars. You know what I'm saying? It's just when y'all overlook what y'all doing and then be doing it anyway in the most pettiest circumstances that could be, it's like, damn, humanity finished. But other than that, yeah, so with the moon being in Leo, It's a full moon. So there's gonna be a full circumstance or full arousing or a full what they call that after the arousement, the exaltation, the orgasm. So for the most part, that means it's going to start to become replenished. So that means the moon is getting ready to wane, and when the moon is getting ready to wane, that means energy is being drained. And what is your energy? Thoughts and feelings. So for the most part, this is the time where thoughts and feelings can be drained, or if you externalize too much thoughts and feelings, you may manifest mistakes in your life, or looked at like you're doing too much once those thoughts and feelings get bent in on and become your body language and how you express yourself or what's coming out your throat chakra. So during this particular time, right, this is protection time, not actually putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could put in work if you playing catch up, but it's about working smarter, not harder type of concept. Now, you could kind of work harder, not caring about working smarter when the moon is waxing, because experiences add more energy, and as the world turns stories into the moon to pour into your actual life as the results via people, places, and things in an event. So as the moon full, you get the full compensation of the energy that you put in. Now, when y'all get lost in expectations like money or other type of circumstances, right? These may not be the things that accumulate on the day or the week of the full moon. And based upon you getting lost into that expectation, you might start letting that expectation, thought, and feeling start to direct your actions. And your actions may lead you away from what was actually coming to you if you just would have sat your ass down. So it play out like that too. You got to have spiritual wisdom, even when it comes to astrology and stuff like that. You got to have some type of way of conducting yourself. A spirituality is this individuality. Every man's supposed to conduct their own household in their own way. Any type of time they get peer pressure because they don't know how to do that for themselves, they don't know how to run a house, and a woman that they get with will have to figure out how to do it from whatever they're coming with, and that's never going to be long lasting. So that's an unspiritual house. Too many spirits in the house, too many other people thoughts and feelings and spirits inside of them floating around the household. Where a man is supposed to understand spirituality is individuality, and the way you get your 1-2 together, aka when you become that man and individual, you do your stuff your way, and you realize you can't do it no other man's way, and that way become that spiritual system you found. And then you're supposed to know how to direct that mechanism into even running households and circumstances and foundations and relationships and business and things of that nature. Therefore, then that's when the female or community help add that emphasis, and then that emphasis can become a community or something that's well sufficient as a business or a circumstance or something that can last for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years in his SHIT. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Once you have an Adam's apple, you become an adult. Then there's no excuse and things of that nature. And you got to have consistency. And you can use me, use my channel as an example. I started early. You know what I'm saying? So there is no such thing as when you hear other cliche astrologers say Aries ain't consistent. On my channel, I'm looked at as different. I got the highest divine masculine and the highest divine feminine. So I already know how to sit back and see how other people see things and see how it's seen, and I know how to jump in and know for sure how I'm gonna be seen different. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts. I create the mechanism to know for sure. And if I still ain't for sure, I know how to change the whole world, change the mechanism. I control the mechanism at the point once you learn it so much. So even if I wasn't sure and everything start to crash, I change that whole world to look like me to the point that there's no choice. That world gotta abide by me. That's the man energy and the divine masculine. I'm Father Madam on highest level. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So when you go in there and change something and stuff like that, that's how you're supposed to look at it. You don't get easily persuaded. Then that's spirituality. Man, that's the godly gift God gave everybody. Now here's the thing: you can be a better man all you want, but when you gotta look at it, you gotta look at it like this. That's what the Jews did. They just did it in a weak way. That's what Masons did. They just did it in a weak way. I like to do it in a get down or lay down way. You know what I'm saying? Without lifting a finger. You know what I'm saying? The way I do it, we might not even gotta melt no metals, get no weapons, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I got monetized back on YouTube. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I don't want nobody talking to me about no magic, about no changing minds, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can change a stranger's mind. You know what I'm saying? From a distance. I'm like X-Men. For real. I'm a live superhero. And I'm teaching y'all superpower. The mind. How you come up with your own individual 1-2, boom, that became your superpower. Now how well you know how to use it is on you. Get with a team. So that is the superpower. You know what I'm saying? What you think is hypertension? The supernatural. So just add that to everything. That's what think about their language and what they start with before you get lost into these words and meanings, and then you lose the point of where they was at. That's why when they be saying white and black in the Bible, it's talking about all the other books that was made at that time that say white and black. White, logic, man. Black, dark, emotions, manipulation. If you part of those characteristics, you're that type of people. Dark people. It's not, or white people. It's not talking about skin. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that before you get lost into the polarization. And everything is in reverse. I'm trying to teach y'all that. So when you cut this off, you go back to your regular life, you might not understand this mechanism. You know what I'm saying? So when you understand that template, right, that's what they talking about in these cartoons, superpower, right? Because when you think about the mind, you got the physical, the brain, the natural world, and then you have the supernatural, the mind. So anytime you see super on any cartoon, superhero movie, anything they put super in front of, you know, in the esoteric, the Jews and the Masons is talking about the mind, and then they relay that information through their colleges under their names and have them relay some type of watered down version of it and make us think that it got something to do with the universe or something like that and things. But it all got to do with the mind, and they're steering all of us in a certain direction. You know what I'm saying? So always understand that. You know what I'm saying? Velocity, the logic, volume, the motion, mass, the impactfulness. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand those concepts and that ring around the energy, you're inverting that higher triangle and making an inverted triangle. So velocity, you know what I'm saying? That'd be the left brain. Volume, the right brain. Then you bring it down as a triangle, like the air and the earth sigil. I mean, the water and the earth sigil. The yin for the yin of the left and the right brain. Left brain yin, earth, right brain yin, water. And that triangle, you bring something down so it becomes impactful and it's a physical form. That light is the physical or stability or structure, or your word is your bond before it's a word. The vibration of being firm or practicalizing or making sense out of something, out of that fire, water, and air. That's the earth element. And when you bring that lower triangle down, that's water and earth. You can hit somebody with that water because it's enough water to be physical, like the earth element, not Fermatera, the physical world version, with Greek trying to get you lost in. Well, really, the sheep mind who got lost in their interpretations and try to make sense out of it and separate earth from it being an element, how the ancients know that, and make earth what Greek and NASA and Masons trying to create. And they didn't even mean it that way. They meant it as the ram that the earth element materialized to mimic it. Which is why they created the word Fermatera in the first place, or terra firma in the first place, to separate the concept from dry land and the ram we in, for people don't get confused what they talking about. So after a while, NASA just start playing it on y'all when y'all not waking up. They just start playing these tricks on y'all. But for the most part, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm making this a whole lecture. These lectures should be like for the lodge and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get back to astrology and stuff, because this is one of the reasons why they keep trying to take me out the algorithms and stuff, and I keep attracting trolls where I'm thinking I'm waking up people and I'm doing more hurt, I'm doing more harm than help. I'm creating more haters than support, doing more harm with the knowledge than help. And I don't like to play out energies like they're doing to create some type of Illuminati type stuff, but it start to seem like that have to work too. Like giving free knowledge is not seen as respected, so it's not used. And if it was to be used, it ain't used right, and it would just be used against you. It won't even be you like waking someone up to be a narc against you. So it's almost like it's counterproductive. It's phony. So I'm starting to kind of like see why they even got Illuminati. I don't blame it. Thank you so much for the donation, beautiful Porsche. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. Appreciate that. We all beautiful souls down there. I can't say we all because we got trolls and stuff, and just the world is finished. Nothing is being seen right, but who cares? Other than that, the moon, full moon in Leo. So with the sun being in Aquarius too, like I said, we're playing devil's advocate with the stage. So we're seeing ourselves on stage, and we jumping in the audience to see how we would look on stage, from the lens of how would people view it from the audience, whether you have an audience or not. So we're going to be extra self-aware and make sure we're making all the right decisions based upon how we are expressing ourselves and things of that nature, which gives good qualities, but also it could become very negative to a person that's already going through a lot of trauma, because it could be extreme excuses that you're able to pull to right now that seem like it makes sense for you to procrastinate and be like, well, yeah, that's right. I should never express that. And the time we going through is only proving me right, and all this other type of weirdo stuff that make you confused and make you lack using your power. So you have to be careful of that too during this time. And stuff will hit the fan, because even if you was doing something that was positive, if it's old and outdated, it's not going to be seen as positive anymore. It's going to be seen as outdated. So it might not be expressed to you as negative, but it's going to be expressed to you in a manner of, oh, why you ain't doing something with something, or why you ain't doing something with that, or why you ain't doing that with, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be some type of energy where there's still some type of weird demonic expectation, somebody trying to throw on you, that's just God using them as a vessel to show you that you got to fully go into your new self right now. Even when it comes into this online type stuff, I don't care what it is, whether it's TikTok, because I need to go harder. I'm speaking for myself also. When it comes to other social media apps, I'm already the star. I started YouTube, but this is for anybody, whatever app you're on. If a content creator, if that's what you want to do, you got to be fully in, and that goes for anything. It's just a lot of y'all just settle. A lot of y'all work at jobs y'all don't want to work at. You still ain't got no choice but to be fully in. So you might as well work now, trying to take that income tax or other type of circumstances to go towards finding something to get fully in, even if it's not online. But whatever that you do, you got to be fully all in. It got to be your life, because your job basically becomes your life anyway. So whatever you're doing, if it got promises to even be in a job circumstance, okay, it got to be your life. That's becoming an adult anyway. But that's what we in right now. It's like standing on business. You got to fully be in what you either do it. You can't do something and act like, oh, nah, I just do it. But nah, you do it or you don't. It's that energy. You got to have that in your heart, because your heart speaks to the universe, not necessarily what comes out your mouth. And the universe be knowing when you ain't sure. The universe be knowing that you ain't really, that ain't you, and what you ain't trying to do and what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? The universe know. So a lot of times you get put in them scenarios of be careful what you ask for, because you're manifesting small instances of can't handle something based upon the mechanism you're making up on your mind to start to become events. And once you start to meet little short instances that you start to act like you can't handle, that's just the universe reminding you that ain't what you wanted anyway. This ain't what you want. I'm saying real stuff. Ooh. Ooh. Pardon me, y'all. But for the most part, that's what y'all circumstances y'all be in. But yeah, for the most part with the moon, it's in conjunct Mercury. It's going to be in conjunct Mercury, Mars, and Venus. So we all going to have some type of misunderstanding on how to like feel fulfilled when it comes to the way we thinking and what we trying to express with our throat chakra when it comes to how we're giving or receiving attention. We may have a misunderstanding when it comes into looking at the seriousness of our love, appreciation, value, relatability, or our compromising abilities, and what we doing in moderation or not. And also we might be in a situation where our passions, motivations, and our desires, or things that can make us angry and aggressive, we might misunderstand how to conduct those together. So a lot of times the things that don't necessarily need to make you angry may make you angry. And the things that you need to have passion, motivation, and desire for, you may misunderstand how to go about it. And for the most part, the way you express yourself, you might look like you're doing too much to how to do it, or being the way that you expressing it may not be the sufficient way to make it go in a manner that could go in your favor. So don't allow Leo energy to make you a narc for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? Because it can do that. Especially when it comes into anytime you try to express something mentally with your throat chakra, or try to see where someone else is coming from mentally, Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it needs to be utilized in a form of what seriousness means and standing on business. A lot of times your characteristics or what you may feel comfortable with expressing during this particular time, no matter the zodiac sign, with the moon and Leo, you might be trying to express something to get attention or receive attention. But if it doesn't have anything to do with standing on business, or what makes sense, or what actually matters, or what's serious, or the actual structure or foundation, or the actual goal, or what's actually trying to be built in some way, shape, or form, then it's going to matter none. So you have to keep that in mind too. That's going to be the misunderstanding, or the 150-degree angle, which is actually what the sin mean when your solar plexus missed the point at a 180-degree angle, and then actually see what you were supposed to see and miss the point and had a misunderstanding. And that misunderstanding can take you 10 steps backwards, or make you have to play catch up to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? So you have to peep game on that. Then and that could be for the way we think, communicate, our love matters. Well, we ain't serious enough about that. And when it comes into our passions, motivations, and our desires, you know what I'm saying? When we're not being calculated about that, and we're trying to make it more about attention other than what's serious. Now, attention always can be utilized, but that attention always have to have some focus, and that's where the misunderstanding can be utilized in a way where understandings can be met, where this attention that we're feeling more comfortable with recepting or giving, as far as moon and Leo, can be utilized as far as something that makes sense, something that can help our status, not hurt it, something that it can look like it can be built upon, something that look like it can utilize on a higher octave of business, not the lower octave of one, just people talking on some negative gossip type stuff. The higher octave of business, it can materialize and manifest, and that'll be something that, you know, the material, maternal, people could talk about that all day. You wouldn't care about that one. You know what I'm saying? That one don't hit you where it hurt. So at the same time, that'll be the circumstance to gain understanding when it comes to the moon being a Leo, and Mercury, Venus, and Mars being in Capricorn. Also, we got the moon getting ready to square Jupiter in Taurus, and Uranus in Taurus. So we're getting ready to have to learn how to expand. So if you haven't been expanding when it comes to the way you express yourself, fun and enjoyment, or your charismatic gifts, or your creativity, or your ability to give and receive attention in a proper manner, not no narcissistic energy, prideful energy, more of appreciation energy, which, you know, transmuted it in reverse. It's still the same thing in the spiritual world, but it look more modest down here. Like if you ain't trying to be modest and use that word humble. All right, okay, I feel better. Hold on. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? God sent Lilith, you know what I'm saying? Give me a little shoulder crack real quick. So, for the most part, with Jupiter, we're going to have to learn how to expand. And if we learn how to expand and express ourselves on a more way of standing on business, especially with all this earth energy, just break it down, Mercury, Venus, and Mars being in Capricorn, with Jupiter and Uranus being in Taurus, we still got to be on that stand on business energy, and make sure that when we expressing this Leo energy, we learn how to express it for things that actually matter when it comes to stability, security, support, safety, shelter, planning. And that's going to have a trine with Mercury, Venus, and Mars being in Capricorn, and we'll be able to expand in our experiences and learn more with our fixated energies that we're trying to be consistent and stable in to make us feel comfort, aka Jupiter and Taurus, and our uniqueness and our originality, being able to materialize and manifest off that, while changing and rebelling and opposing against old and outdated ways that no longer work in the material world, aka Uranus being a Taurus. And then for the most part, that's going to be a trine to help us out when it comes to having things to communicate about that got something to do with standing on business. Mercury and Capricorn, our love life, love, appreciation, value, relatability, are the things that we love in general, but have to learn how to do in moderation. AKA Venus in Capricorn, and our passions, motivations, and our desires, and being able to build something that look like it's substantial or a stable table that we could ground something on and even make material money off of. Mars in Capricorn, while it's exalted. Also, get ready to reach that highest exaltation point, 28, 29 degrees. Now, for the most part, we just gonna have to learn how to get our act together and our emotional state by doing that, aka Moon and Leo. Now, also is going to be another inconjunction. So there's a whole bunch of inconjunctions and squares. This other inconjunction is going to play out as Saturn and Pisces, along with Neptune. Let me breathe, y'all. Neptune and Saturn and Pisces. So for the most part, it's put us in a situation where we also going to have a misunderstanding of seeing the harsh reality if our dream working or not, and get out of that delusion, narky energy, straitjacket energy, or will you maybe have been confused over and, you know, making up an excuse to be in procrastination mode. Hop up out of that real quick, see the harsh reality of that, get out of any funk that we in, get out of any place and blame energy that we in, especially when it comes to family and stuff like that. Ain't nobody stopping you, and then put yourself in a circumstance where you start to think serious that you could readjust and construct whatever dream and imagination that you could actually have faith and belief in that look like it could have potential to be built upon. And then for the most part, you'll get rid of that misunderstanding if you get your act together in that area too. So we got to get our act together for standing on business, the fixated and cardinal earth energy with Moon being in Leo. And then we got to get our act together with the Moon and Leo when it comes into our dreams and imagination and the seriousness of it, and getting out of the delusions as fast as possible, with Pisces being a Saturn being in Pisces, and also with Neptune being a Pisces, which is at home. We could take a lot of things to make it seem like it makes sense, that look like the way the world is planned out right now, that it makes sense, that puts us in procrastination mode due to the fact of a planet being at home, but the co-ruler. And that's Neptune being in Pisces. So a lot of times, yeah, we could get in procrastination mode at times that it look like it's the best thing to do. And we develop all kind of creative gifts and talents. But it'll be time pass or things that we're not doing that actually could have put us in a better position for these times that we could sit back and come up with that creativity. So a lot of times we're missing opportunities, or we're passing up things, or we're not doing what's actually on our mind in these times that we're making up as an excuse that it's the right thing to do due to the fact of Saturn and Neptune being in Pisces in general. See what I'm saying? Oh, shit. So, once you understand that, this will let you know not to get flunked out and get your act together for the right cause, not just acting out for some type of praise that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because that's just going to lead us into it just being a thought and feeling. It's just a certain thought and feeling. There's trillions of them. This one is an attention-seeking one or a narcissistic one. Last time I checked, it goes into the box of all the other thoughts and feelings that ain't being expressed and practiced like we're preaching it down here in the physical. So, yeah, we can't cash it at the bank. Can't change no minds with it. You know what I'm saying? Can't change the world with it. And damn sure can't live a goddamn rock star life with it. So, goddamn it, shit. I think that might be the wrong results. God showed us that ain't the right cherry to pick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, God ain't going to be there in the physical flesh to sit there and lay it out in your lap and say it out plain and simple. You are Beavis and Butthead, and you need to get up off your ass and start doing. God ain't going to do that. It's up to you to see the events the way God sent his children down here, Uriel, for you to go to the water to see the cup yourself, your own individual experience, and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm on this Beavis and Butthead couch. Time for me to get up. See, it's up to you to get there. Saying? Now, here's the thing. Everything play out in reverse. And the way God's children come down here and change things, it look like you ain't even got to break a nail if you're a female, or steel-toed metal boot Timberland symbol with his Jesus on there. Instead of a basketball or a tree, it's a cross. It probably do got a tree and a fruit on there. It just ain't Timberlands. It's Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? Timberlands, Jesus slippers on there. You ain't got to melt no and flatten your toe knuckles no more. And get athlete foot for no reason because you got to work 3,000 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? So everything is in reverse. Uriel made it a way where you can buy and get you a Beavis and Butthead goddamn couch. At least it look like you could put in some work on there if you're a content creator and go get a camera and stuff like that, and it look like it's something you're doing every day and you actually smart. So the energy that you're doing in real life actually shows when you're doing the Beavis and Butthead. So we actually don't look at it like, oh, this person can't be really Beavis and Butthead, because how they know that much. Now you're on a roll. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying? Now you're on the road. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't what we do, it's how we do it. You a person online, another person online. Both of y'all on Beavers and Butthead couches. The only difference is the energy behind it. When we see you on it, we don't see it that way. When we see the other Beavers and Butthead on it, we go ahead and get them off the live stream as soon as possible and stuff before they say any other word and try to porn bomb and stuff. You like, you get it now? Do y'all get it now? See what I'm saying? Real stuff. I'm saying just about good spiritual knowledge so y'all can see live and use my channel as an example. Y'all can see reprobates live. They up there, they hurt, look like, act like they hurting themselves, all kind of retardation. Let's not speak them up. But like I said, welcome to the age of Aquarius. Also, so we also going to have some opposite energy. This is going to be a strong one too before we get into the trines, because here's the thing, the trines ain't really necessarily going to do anything but add fuel to some kind of like negative energy, low key. And it's really not negative energy, it's really just going to be negative energy to individuals who playing catch up and planted bad seeds, because you're going to be forced to separate from people, places, and things when you're not ready. And whatever God see for you, God going to force you in that position, whether you like it or not. And it's going to be up to you to uphold that position. And then the more you try to slide back to the previous position, it's like you using your mind away from God, and God will either take it from you or allow you to just manifest your own bed that you have to lay in that look like it's somewhere in hell, or at some devil's playground or something like that. So you got a peak game on that end too, right? Now, here's the thing. So breaking down Pluto being in Aquarius on the cusp of Capricorn, and it's going to be there for a minute, so it's going to have some energy up the cusp. Now, when it comes into early energies and the sun being early and full moon being early, it's going to be an opposite energy, almost like direct. So it's going to be a strong influence of just as if, you know what I'm saying, the moon, Pluto was fully in Aquarius. So we're going to have some shared energy, even added from Pluto of Capricorn, adding flavor to Mercury, Venus, and Mars. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that's going to be forced to be transformed also. The way you communicate and the way you're supposed to speak about yourself, especially if you speak down about yourself all the time, universe is going to force you not to do that no more, because it's going to be showing you experiences that you're actually manifesting that you thought like, well, I'll prove myself right. No, God going to show you through these experiences you manifested that, and it don't have to be. And even if you do change up and still experience those same results, you reap what you sow. Don't give up. Keep going. You'll reach the light of the day and things will change. Also, was going to go through a little transmutation and stuff like that is Venus. The way that's going to have to change. The way you see love, appreciation, value, relatability, compromising. Your whole relationship life going to change. You probably already see relationships different than you used to for the past 6 months or 3 years or 4 years, and how long we've been going through this shift right now. So whatever situation you in, you're open to another situation now. You're open to other things now, or you're being forced to. So any type of old partners or things of that nature that you're trying to cling on to, or even if you don't have no partners, old mental forms of how you seen it, knowing we in a new shift, you know it's not going to support yourself and what's going to be good for you the next 10 years. Like God going to show you situations that don't even got nothing to do with you even going for love matters or a goal that you might transmute into the form of Venus, something that you love to do. Before you even go for that, there's going to be certain situations you see from family, friends, associates, or even personally or mentally, or things you'll be aware of, commercials, movies, that start sparking other sides of you, like the beginning of this live stream I was breaking down, to make you be aware. And it's up to you to get scared of those awarenesses and try to hide them or not, and be like, nah, let me replace this with this one comfortable one that I always like. And it's going to be up to you, but God going to be showing what you need to start bringing out. Those sides, them other sides got to come out now. Those going to be the ones that's working now. And And if those ones you're truly unaware of because you already been an agent in that cycle, and like I said, the most retarded people waking up now. So even if you're on the smallest, lowest part of the ladder or the tree of the branch, where the lowest hanging fruit with the ants on it and stuff like that, you're going to be going through a lot of situations of mental, physical fatigueness that don't even play out like physical fatigue all the time. Just you questioning yourself all day. That's a physical docilement. That's a physical, oh, I can't get up and go to Esoteric Planet Fitness. That's an esoteric Beavis and Butthead couch. So you sit and ponder all day, and then it look like that in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. Even when you at work and stuff, so you still look like you civilized and stuff, even if you're a preacher. But it'd be the certain template that God just put in front of you, probably a few of them that you weren't really focusing on, and now you're forced to look at it like, well, damn, do I got to make this a part of my life, or do I got to use what I already got to hide those? And aka the example I make about putting things next to Abaddon and locking it next to one of the root chakras or the sacral chakra or the kneecaps or next to your feet and make sure it stay down there and never let it reach the light of day to your higher upper chakras that you can actually express some inner energies outwardly, like your throat chakra and stuff. Now, I don't want to hear nothing coming out your mouth from that you done got from deep down through the chakras and the feet and stuff. Cool. Keep those down there. Keep it below the ones you create by the ovaries, all that type stuff. All that stuff we hear that when we get online, people who got good business tactics and stuff like that, and it don't care if a Burger King could be able to, you know what I'm saying, put bread on the table with their family because they couldn't make the chicken McNugget sandwich faster. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You got to think, you know what I'm saying? In business, that might sound good. In the spiritual world, no, that's demonic. You know what I'm saying? Why we can't make a world where all of us had the luxury to be in these colleges and in history class, ain't no such thing as war. It was about one charismatic. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Beat out real stuff. And you got to pay. Ain't the real estate. You know what I'm saying? Why we couldn't have no history class. Like how Uriel getting ready to make the new world and stuff. Where it ain't no story about wars. It's a story about some good charismatic gifts. Somebody just came with some good charismatic, good music, good stuff. Everybody, good template and stuff like that. Everybody just wanted to participate. That's it. We all got colleges we helped each other build. Why that ain't history class? We in history class, they make it seem like, oh, we have to be so much in luxury. And George Washington, oh, if he didn't come up with this glorious idea to basically drop his nuts and get rid of turkeys and stuff and get rid of people like me, the last indigenous people with smallpox, and they got to do it in better ways now because people started getting more intelligent. Oh, sad. That's all I heard. You know what I'm saying? I started looking at school like, what's the point of my being here if I'm about to hear about how my ancestry system almost got took over in the spiritual world and the physical world, just like everybody else is getting ready to get. Nah, I'm cool. That just don't sound like this something that's important. Who cares about about learning how good we got wiped away? I'm saying it's like a good old luxury. They tell you where they from and stuff like that, and you gotta scratch your head. Then who was here then? If my grandma picture was on this land in North Carolina and stuff like that, then like, so what's so special about somebody else coming somewhere? Who was they invading then? You gotta start scratching your head and like, wait a minute, let me put the two and two together. So in history class, I'm learning it's a luxury and it's a war, and they come from somewhere else. Then I go to the crib and get all happy because I got A's on a report card and stuff, and I smile and I look at pictures of my grandma stuff already here though. At the same year and date though. Wait a minute. So I gotta start thinking like, wait a minute. What did I go to school and get happy to get an A for? Me and my people getting wiped away or like thinking that I'm supposed to accept being brought over here and I got to be happy that they invaded someone else that wasn't doing nothing. Both sound bad. This look like the voting system. Picking lesser of the two evils. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the same stuff. It's like the same stuff. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on my soul. Which one right? Where's my daddy? I said, like, so which one right? Like, think about both options. Which one is actually right? None of them. Both like demonic. They both demonic. Both decisions. So do we actually even got a choice when we got narcs who run the world? Don't look like it to me. Both choices look demonic. Yeah, I said that's how I know y'all be indoctrinated. When you listen to a Pan African, they say that they used to run the world. Run one race used to run the world. Okay, so who was the ones putting up the pyramid blocks, building, sweating, getting tired, cursing out the people, and who was the ones ruling their own people? Now you got to pick one. Both look demonic, don't it? I think you need to get rid of that whole mental template and realize it just didn't start that way. Y'all all reprobate. Stop following and copying these people. They got little Peter Peckers on their tarot cards. I'm saying, Lord forbid, I'm doing a tarot card reader. I'm doing a tarot card reading right now, and I got one of they Greeked out cards that before they went to a different land, they got all happy and like, hey, we could draw first. The whole world can't draw. Let's build a civilization. Then when they was like, oh, they start looking at stuff. Oh, make them wear aprons and fig leaves and make her titties don't jiggle no more. Hey, none outfits in the world. That's it. Nurses, new age version of slavery. You don't go no further than that. Oh, this is jealous narcs who don't got good capabilities God gave people. Saying nobody will be depressed and try to search for God because we already realized, oh, we already around God. God gave us gifts. Oh, thank you, God. That's it. End of discussion. Oh, whole Bible will be about new mathematics, George Jetson, new world. We like in a world with lost low hanging fruit and stuff. They didn't got lost, separated from God. They whole book about trying to get there and still can't find it. That's how you know God wasn't around nobody's hospital when they was born. You know God wasn't around nobody's hospital. When you got some smack monkey goddamn it, collection plate upside down, flip it, now it's a bucket hat with Shirley Temples, the sideburns. You know God wasn't around no hospital. Anybody who come up with some monkey idea about somebody busting a nut over there in Africa and a man grew out as a cactus jack and somehow knew what happened at the beginning of the world before ink was made. Ain't you know God wasn't around no hospital, nobody born with that type of mind. Ain't no way. Now, you got to have good common sense now. Tell me where that makes sense. You know God wasn't around no studio with Barry Gordy, none of them. Quincy Jones, no, he wasn't around no goddamn it sex studios and stuff with Hugh Hefner. Rest in peace of soul. Here, Aries. Thou shalt not disrespect no Aries on my channel. Or we're going to have to get out. We're going to have to get out. Shout out to White 100. Oh, serious stuff. Yeah, look, ain't no God wasn't around no goddamn it hospitals and stuff like that. That's why they got circumcision and wanting to demonetize everybody who got the tarot card before they went over to a different land and realized everybody ain't that shrivelly. I said, it ain't our fault. I said, that was y'all gifted talent, right? How come y'all can't own y'all gifted talent? You know what I'm saying? We like to buy y'all tarot cards. Y'all making money, right? See, when God give y'all stuff, these cats, the money don't matter no more. That's why they little face have to be on it. Little grandkid have to be on it. And they have to create manipulation, not magic with words, to make these things matter more than they actually do. They just don't got the good charismatic gifts or good wiggly jiggly. You know what I'm saying? So look, they got all happy. Now, okay, didn't y'all make money? We buy y'all tarot cards, right? Y'all making my little. They still demonetize us and stuff like that because we got something that God didn't give them and stuff that money can't pay for. So they becoming transmissions and mystery and stuff until they get rid of all them tarot cards and stuff. And all tarot cards can be transmissions with some long staff on there or something like that. That was somebody was born a bush. I don't even know how they became a human type stuff. But now just the new age tarot card type. Yeah, it's some different stuff going on. There's some different stuff going on. We gotta be careful, like real stuff. We gotta be careful out here. It's dangerous. Hey, it's a war going on outside. No man, woman is safe. Man is the thought, woman is the feeling. Your thoughts ain't it's a spiritual warfare. Your spirit is inside these thoughts and feelings as spaceships going to war right now. If your sword man and your woman feelings shield ain't together, and you get washed away if you ain't got no shit to be able to go to war with the community either. Thank you so much for the donation. Royal Black, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It gets sticky out here. All right, let me not go ahead and take no break on that. Go ahead. I need that. This is my other half right now. I'm saying my cow practice, my chiropractor. This was allowed me to go live for break down all the alignments. But yeah, when they started talking about the Chiron in the North Node, right now, for the most part, it's trying it. So we're gonna have this gift that may not necessarily be positive. The gift is going to come from the 120-degree angle. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the Moses story. Moses died at 120. Moses seen the bush at 80 years old. When we talking about the transverse, years is the Jewish allegory of days and weeks. See, the Bible is astrology and astronomy, not only from the year and months, but down to the day and the week. That's why certain feast ceremonies and stuff get down to the certain transits of the day and the week and stuff like that. So when we start to talk about Moses, Moses is just the ocean. And the ocean, they're talking about the waters above condensing and becoming this water. The cloud thought separating from the feminine, multiple things that's all together, separating it, becoming its own wave, and springing off this existence. So it's bringing down, starting Genesis as it start to go into Moses after that. So it's let you know Moses is just an allegory from spring to summer, right? So Moses seen the burning bush at 80 years old. 80 years internally, esoterically, was conveyed to 80 days that we see. So our mind play out as the micro that condenses into the macro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like micro evolution, macro. This is their mind state of building this up. Now, for the most part, 80 days will be 80 days from the beginning of spring. So that'll be 10 days away from summer, because we know each equinox and solstice has 90 days per season. Now, back in the day, it used to be 3 seasons per 4 months, but we only using the term months. How we calculating from the Gregorian calendar from the Western Hemisphere, the way the sun transit over here, to compare and contrast a different geographical location that you don't live on, to use those words. So once you understand it from that template, you can separate from the bias and don't get lost into thinking that someone lying to you about stuff, so you can understand the difference between that. Now, but for the most part, Moses at 80 days, right? That's 80 days in the spring. So that would be 10 days away from summertime, or that will be 20 degrees into Gemini. So we got 10 degrees left. The last decon, the Shakta or asterism of Gemini. So for the most part, that will be the time in the sky that you don't actually see the constellation, but that's the position of the atmosphere interacting with the other atmosphere that's close to us, that we experience our micro version of high noon, a noon on a macro scale though. So they'll be like going into 12 p.m. from 11:50 a.m. to 12 p.m. because we know the sun move how they make the clock. The sun move a house every 2 hours. So 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Aries hours, and the moon moves every 10 minutes. So that's how we have all 12 signs through the 2 hours that the sun move in the houses and things of that nature. So 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Aries, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Taurus, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Gemini, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Cancer. So when 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. is Gemini, we got 11:50 a.m. That'll be right here where you pull out your thoughts before the horizon of Noah's Ark. Summertime Cancer, or you know what I'm saying, your micro version of that. Pull out your thoughts or your ideas that you want to remember to review or express through the discussion that you having. But that's your micro version. The macro version will be 10, that little decon between, or 10 days away from, or that little 10 days leading into summer or Cancer. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they're looking at as Aldebaran or Aldebaran, right? And that fixed star and the Osiris, Orion constellation and things of that nature, and being up in that area. And that's where they're talking about the as above space that they're making an allegory for as below, the burning bush area of your brain and your mind, that you have to pull out things to remember what you want to relate in a discussion. So that'll be that flame, that vision, that remembrance of an idea anytime you're having a discussion that it could be useful for. So that's the concept of the bush burning. That bush part of your brain start to burn with that flame of that remembrance that could be useful for whatever discussion that you're having at 11:50 a.m. You see what I'm saying? Or your Aldebaran, Orion, Osiris constellation as above, that they made the mathematics of based upon the Jews and the Greeks working together. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand their template, Moses dying at 120 days, 120 years old is 120 days to understand it from there relaying it. Inside transverse, years, outside, externally, the weeks, the days. So when you understand it start from spring, Moses, ocean, that start from spring, that, 120 days from spring is getting us into Leo, the middle of summertime, right after Cancer, right after Noah's Ark. So that's taking us into the book of Mark. The sun from that position, seeing the same season. Seeing that part of the year, the same sun seeing a different part of the year. So when you understand that aspect, right, in Masonry or any religious concept, this is how you know Masonry wrote it, beyond the term luminaries. Because to die or to transform or to ascend, they're just talking about the sun going into another house or another sign and fully getting rooted in there after the second degree. So it died from the previous sign, from the cuspy energy, and fully be rooted into that sign at 3 degrees. So 0 to 2 degrees of a sign make 33. And actual cusp of anybody is 28, 29, 0, and 1 and 2 degrees of a sign. That's 5. So 2 degrees, adding from 0 degrees of the previous sign is 33. Just letting you know how they're built in astrology and astronomy before you come up with your idea and think that this is something that they're using, copying something else. No, this is a template they created off of something that we have access to make a template off of also. You just have to understand mechanisms. So whatever that they're creating, you understand the starting point beyond the bias or the polarizations. It can only be a handful of things. It could only be a handful of spaces a spirit is in to come to any conclusion. And when you understand the mechanism of the human brain, it ain't too many different thoughts a spirit gonna have. You'll be able to come up or invent anything that they came up with in something better. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all all wouldn't have the same type of awareness that goes beyond these other chakras and organs that make y'all think is most important, like the Greeks and the Jews taught y'all. The brain is the most important to understand the other ones. AKA, y'all all had the awareness to know how to suck on your mother's nipple when you came out and when you was in your mother and your father. They didn't have to go in there and tell you where to put your brain and your heart. You have spiritual abilities and awarenesses that you have to learn about that spiritual science that we always have, eternal, that play out in a lot of different areas. And when we know what we're doing, we become bad mama jammas. So if you had that ability to build and be born just like someone else, you have the ability to come up with something like they came up with or even better. You just have to understand that mechanism, and then you'll start to understand anything we're calling as an invention or bringing something new. It's just another individual figuring out a mechanism. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing special. And we're humans, y'all giving yourself too much credit and making them have power more than they have. But I don't see no cures or nothing yet. I just see a whole bunch of technology that's ringed around eat, fucking, and sleeping to make that more relaxable. That actually is reverse productivity, because you can't even remember your grandmother's number anymore, even before they added the area code. So obviously, whatever y'all think y'all intelligent about and stuff like that, ain't that quite there. It ain't quite there. It ain't quite there. Y'all get there though, as long as people like me here. Y'all get there. Because you'll start to realize the way I'm teaching and my knowledge and stuff, I ain't teaching you nothing, I'm only reminding you what you already know. And don't take that as a sense of grace, like you somewhere. But at the same time, everybody get there. So in certain aspects, it's putting you into a situation where you start to look at everything that you do know and realize that ain't even what I'm talking about. I'm teaching you something whole new, and it's non-tangible, but it's very real, and it manifests as all the things you thought you knew that you're looking at to realize that, oh, this ain't even what we're teaching that I always thought need to be taught, and then what I need to be learned. That's not even being taught right now. It's something else being taught. But I know there's a concept of teaching. I know there's a concept of learning. It's just something else. I know it's something pointing to, and I know I'm being aware and woken up and going to sleep to other things. Can't quite just make it tangible yet. That's when you know it's something new down this motherfucker. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. But yeah. So when it comes into Chiron and when it comes into the North Node, Chiron in the North Node, and the North Node in retrograde. Uranus in retrograde also. So going back to that, to piggyback off that, it's squaring the full moon. It's squaring the full moon. So for the most part, we're gonna have to learn to change, rebel, and oppose against things that's old and outdated, and go for new, unique things so we could be our own original self. And just doing that Uranus energy, it might cause frustration or birth pains due to the fact of Uranus being 90 degrees away from where it likes to be at anyway, being a co-ruler of Aquarius. But the benefits it get by that sacrifice, the benefits that it give is this new, unique, and original self, if done right, is able to bring new expressions, and you could be used as a vessel to be seen as new ways of making material, money, maternal, structure, stability, safety, planning, shelter, and all kind of positive, productive energies. All kind of healthy, productive energies and stuff like that. But for the most part, when you're not necessarily in the right circumstance, and all these energies might overthrow you and stuff, and you might be planting bad seeds, and due to the fact of, see, the moon can make us hit the fan and stuff. It's a lot of earth energy. It's stuff making us have to stand on business. But just due to the fact of Uranus wants you to change, and if you do it the right way, you could be the vessel of showing people a new way of how to make money or materialize or stability or security or support or safety. But here's the thing, you have to go through that birth pain. It has to be done right. You can't just be stuck in stuff. And it's going to be a lot of things that Chiron in the North Node make up in your mind like it's the right thing to do. And there's going to be a lot of examples outside to make it seem like it's the right thing to do. Due to the fact of the energy is still going to play out as a trine, it just might not necessarily be a trine that's a good one. The alignment don't necessarily matter. With two planets or houses that's actually got planets in it that's aligning is what matters. And if it's a two negligent alignments, then for the most part, it don't even matter if it's positive alignment. The energy is going to play out as negative. So it's a trine, a gift, but it's a negative gift when it comes into Chiron and the North Node being in Aries, trining the moon in Leo. And at 120 degree angle, you know what I'm saying? That's just Moses down at 120, summertime. It went into another season, not a spring. And it fully got out that season. And the Mason was teaching it, so it's about the fixated energy. Leo. Book of Mark. Some Mason name. And Matthew, some other Mason's name. Luke, some other Mason. Luke. Sound like Katana when she was screaming for Luke when she was in that little bird cage in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think I'm gonna watch that after this. No, I gotta finish my album. I don't care about the critics. That's one of my favorite movies, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I hate the new Mortal Kombat. Why they do that? I was like, Katana was like, Luke. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him to get out of there. No, he was about to save his other half. He wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't leaving until the job was done. And then, like, I be catching everything. Sometimes I hate it because I need to be everything. I need to be a movie reviewer because it ain't no movie reviewer who reviewed Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And it's a lot of people who it must just be my INFJ mind. I don't know. There's a lot of people who point out all the wrong stuff about it. I still haven't seen nobody show when there's a scene when Shao Kahn hit Rain with the hammer and Rain get knocked into the fire. They used the exact same scene of Rain falling in the fire when Liu Kang went to go save Kitana and he knocked Baraka in the fire. And the split second shot that Baraka was about to go into the fire, it was Rain again. the purple ninja. And no one online, they be finding all the little stuff. So I'm like, man, I'm an INFJ angel for real. I could get online and go to both scenes right now and do it. And I'm like, damn, do I got to be a movie reviewer now? I'll be the best movie reviewer because I can see everything that they don't see in that world. It's like, damn. It's like, why don't nobody ever see what I see? Nobody ever see what I see. And you could put that to the test after this live stream because they got every scene online separately. So I know all y'all attention span is so low, so y'all ain't even gotta watch the whole movie. Just you could type in Shokan hitting Rain at the meeting with the hammer, him going in the fire, pause it, and then open up another tab. Liu Kang knocking Baraka in the fire, and then as soon as he beat Baraka and kick him in the fire, push pause, and you're gonna see both images Rain. I'm like, dang, like, man, like it's like another version of God waking me up. But I can't go to sleep and have my peace if I try. I gotta get out in the world and find my peace and be lost in that way, even if it's through a female or something like that. Yeah. I'm trying to make the atmosphere, but it's like every time I gotta wake, I gotta see something that needs to be fulfilled. That if I don't do it, no one else will do it. And it'd be everything in business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. I'd be like, man, I gotta chill. Real say real stuff. God don't let me chill though. And I'm not the type of person just let stuff slide. I am about to be a movie reviewer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do it in my way though. I gotta figure out my own mechanism before I want to do something. Once I know something all about the world, I gotta do it my own way. I'd rather not do it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be uninteresting. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So I just gotta break it down the spiritual esoteric meaning behind this. And then throw that in there, like throw little spots in and stuff like that. Do it that way. Real stuff, because all the movies be about the same stuff, just with different moral outcomes. And if you just understand the mechanism, you already know what the chessboard is. You'd be like, okay, I know what chess plays they run it. You know what I'm saying? So if you run with the little horsies and stuff first, oh, okay, that might be a romance movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, the horsey make an L. You know what I'm saying? If you play the little towers at the end or something like that, okay, that might be like a suspense movie. You know what I'm saying? So you move the little men at the end and you want to move around the things that can only move diagonal and straight. I mean, not diagonal, but straight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that probably might be a suspense movie and stuff like that. You want to go ahead and move some pawns and start moving the queen and stuff. So this must be a war movie. This must be a movie that deal with Mars, Pluto type stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And transmutation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at stuff like that. I just know how to put 2 and 2s together real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thanks, you know, I'm a master at chess too. I'm a master. Thank you so much for the donation, beautiful Portia. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. I'm saying, so that's one of those movies and stuff. Now you might want to be a person that just move all the pawns first, all the men first. That's getting ready to become a scary movie. You know what I'm saying? You just build yourself up to get trapped real fast. And all your super characters, you ain't even gonna be able to use them if you try, because every move you make could get took by a pawn, just because you wanted to move all your actual pawns first, like you was doing something or something like that. So that's like a scary movie or something like that. Real scary, not no Mars action movie where it can still have something to do with Mars and Pluto, but you just using all the foot soldiers, and then the only thing you kind of can use is the queen. Anything else you move, man, it's probably gonna get jumped. Anything you do will get jumped. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Real stuff. So you know what I'm saying? It's all, they make everything is the same template all the way to the chess game. All you gotta do is understand mechanisms. You can't lose, because you'll just the only time you lose is because you make a mistake or you just like loosen up. You wasn't on point, but you know how you get ready to lose, or you just finish the game. Other than that, somewhere in the small percentage level, you still don't lose. It's like that concept of, you know what I'm saying, when you trying to esoterically travel and be an adaptive and esoteric project in astral travel, even where you're wrong, somewhere you're still right. So even when you lose, somewhere you know how to do it better next time, where you know you probably wouldn't have lost if you wasn't lazy a little bit, and you know how to do it better next time and built up your lazy energy. So because you so hard and you overcompensated at being so good, you can start working on being good at being lazy at it. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So it's like you still win somewhere. Like you always find a way. Like ain't never no down point. Ain't never no down point. And even if a person can say you lost, the way you do it and change a new way of doing it, they can't. You change the world so much they can't never use how you lost as a template of validation because it don't work in a world that you created. And it just so happened you become so popping because that's what all spirits supposed to do. You change the world that they was in that once upon a time they probably could get some validation off beating you. You change so much that no longer is no credit. They would have to do something else to combat you for people to look back at them now. Stuff like this. Like that's when you really on some God mission. Like you can't be stopped. Nothing is a loss. Everything is some type of experience. You transmute mechanism wise because God see you using your mind the right way. God see you using your mind the right way. You know what I'm saying? So you got to peep game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel good that I ain't looking at the chat. And when I do look at it, I don't see no trolls. See, I get to talk like this. Don't think sometimes I don't jump in thoughts and feelings. Y'all think I'm supposed to be superhero all the time. So just a couple seconds of me being down and extremely negative. Y'all take that to extreme. There's some of y'all weak humans that I care about. Y'all take that to the extreme heart. Because I care about everybody. But just know, give me some of the grace y'all give yourselves and y'all aunties and stuff. Use my channel for an example on everything. I get the highest level of trolling, highest level of everything. So don't think that I'm supposed to not react either. My way of reacting is just my way of reacting. That's it. It could be worse for me. I could be dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? With no type of knowledge, nothing. Especially the circumstance I was born in and stuff. Not having nothing. So, like, I need to really learn how to be proud of myself. Like, hey, that angels have to learn how to do that. There's a deep-rooted sense, especially with the INFJs and angels, that but beyond this form we in, we created a world by ourselves no one was in. That's the first atmospheres. You know what I'm saying? So, what was once we thought was beautiful, we spent a whole long time there to realize it's not so beautiful no more. Where's everybody else at? And that springs off as traumas that have no words yet, except from the spiritual world. And Archangel Uriel here, I can create words for it. I got a language and stuff like that, and things, and get ready to break down so we can have words to point to these things. Right now, we just got low subsidiary words that's pointing to other things that's so much of an accumulation of witchcraft and spellings that it got pieces of the energy, so we can use it to point you in the right direction. As seeing where the waterfall at, you still got to go there and make your own cup though. So you lacking your own ability and comprehension and own know-how is in the spiritual world in reverse of the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. As no matter if someone points you in the direction of the river fall or not, you not being able to make your own cup, it still becomes unuseful. AKA somebody could give you $1 million in your lap, you'll still end up Whitney Houston. Rest in peace. Someone could give you all the knowledge in the world. If they're giving it to you like it's nothing, the way Uriel give it to you, you will see it as it's still unuseful. So you're not even going through the experiences in your life yet to know where it's useful. I'm not being no type of leader like a cult person to force you to go through those experiences to do that. Nor are you in a situation yourself of knowing what I'm talking about in that spiritual light of knowing where it could be used at the moment based upon society and survival moment. So I get it. Also, on that level, that humans may not understand. But at the same time, this is why I baby feed y'all, and y'all can realize things on yourselves. So angels create templates that we know how to do, that set you up. Where in the meantime, where we know you going through that thing I was just talking about, we still know. So we have to learn how to come up with a better way because we trying to get out of here and get peace too. So sometimes we have to manipulate, but we do it for God. So we might act like we just like you and say things to make you be like, this person is aware of what we're aware of, just a little bit more intelligent, but slide things in there that we already know because we already went through this eons that you already going through. So we'll look at you and know that you ain't went through it yet. So we set the right mental template up that you can understand that you're going through, that set the tone up just right, that in your own experiences, we know is get ready to lead down to that area. You're getting ready to be aware of something yourself. Then you're going to be able to pull out what was said through the things that was normalized through what you thought was said for your ladder at that time, and be like, damn, oh, this was actually being said the whole time, and Uriel did say that, or one of these angels did say that. I had to go through a personal experience, though, that ain't have nothing to do with the actual event to show me what that expression meant, for me to see it now, to know why it's useful and important. And at the time I heard it, it wasn't nothing going on in my life that those few words through the other stuff that was useful was important. So I couldn't see it at that time, nor would I would have been ready. Oh, that is angel. See what I'm saying? And if an angel actually telling you they knew they was doing that, can't nobody make up nothing. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, because you ain't went through no other experience. And that's what all humans go through. When you witness a real messenger, not no fake, phony Jew, and see, you got your narky energy that you got for them. This stuff you supposed to know, because I'm telling you, I ain't teach you nothing but what you already know. And when you hear my words, you're supposed to be thinking this, that you're talking to yourself. So now if you understand pointing to people that you realize who is giving you crumbs and got you complaining every time you wake up and stuff like that, then you'll start to realize, oh, Uriel, let me get out of my narc energy. Uriel reminded me to steer this energy in the right area and let me get back on my one too. Period. So it ain't about you listening to this and like, this sound narky. It's about you listening to this like you talking to yourself and like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing to them. Because if they was living next door to me, it would be that way. They just have some type of oral tradition, and they grandkids that's the same age as me is just able to go to this college that I'm going to for free. That's the only difference. They're in a different situation. It's not like their mannerisms is more powerful. Oh, let me start using my mind now. Trust me, you could bet your bottom dollar, and I did this so much in real life. I did videos in front of Mason lodges and stuff like that, mad videos, and I'm familiar. That I have my way with any police officer, Mason, Jew, or whatever like that. Your mind just not comprehended enough. You don't even know what you went to and what you're using it for. And then I break it down so good. I'm the divine masculine and feminine. I don't get lost into everything have to be a competitive energy. I'm more invested into how does this sink? And if I can't find it sinking, who's on the side of choosing a bias of a link or a piece of the whole picture of the puzzle? Who have more percentage scale, or who's on the side of something of making it impossible for something to link? And that's God is the only thing impossible. So if you bringing something that's a puzzle piece that we can't link, I already know you ain't God. You ain't all possibility. You ain't impossible. You ain't God. Matter of fact, you needed a group of other spirits for you to be here. The teamwork makes the dream work. Wait a minute. That already start throwing the psyche and light bulbs, Tom and Jerry cartoons on top of heads for angels and stuff like that. Before we even get into y'all human stuff. So the conversation will lead into a different angle that a human would turn into like a little cat or doggy that's not understanding what the owner is saying. It'll just be playing out and like just throwing out rhetoric or shaming me or shaming the other individual that's putting them in that position. They can't use the natural template of whatever government created as an intellectual property as safety nets and philosophies. You can't pull for none of those. When you get took out of that whole atmosphere and you get put into a whole other world, but the world you get put in is from an individual that created that world based upon other spirits that just took it and did some other type stuff with it, you get really confused. And this is when we're meeting face to face. Now, as an angel, I can't show you my real face. I create a layer face for you. But we're talking chakra to chakra at this point. And you're losing breath. It might even play out in the physical. If you think you see me with this face, it'd be hard for you to breathe. You like, if I go strong with it, but hard to breathe, it'll be like you becoming a troll, you becoming a rhetoric. Hey, why you just can't talk about feminism? Why you gotta be Uriel? It'll be that, or something becoming a hater, but you secretly like me, or something like that. You can't listen to what I'm actually saying, though. You rather just troll, something like that. But this is what's going on in the spiritual world. You see what I'm saying? What I'm actually talking about. And then the spirit. Hold on, I had another point. Yeah. So for the most part, once I separate you from all the chakras that bend in from as our wills to become the external world, I separate you from all those phases. It's nothing for you to show. You can't show that badge. I'm a PhD, nothing. Now, then once I show the character you was in, that you was hiding to think these things is important in the first place, because you a lower personality type, right? Then that's when that face come out. That's a spirit, an angel being a demon at this moment. For God purposes, though, because we're interacting with someone who need possession. So we have to fight fire with fire. Spirits that work for God look at the terms angel and demon as experiences too. Fighting fire with fire, being a demon. Killing the first sons and daughters. Angels separating from the situation, letting y'all be on your own. But spirits always have the ability to change. And just having that knowledge is us getting that from God. That's what separate. Comprehension is what separate everything. You see what I'm saying? Now, when the spirit is in that position, right? And ooh, I had another point. Hold on, because I don't want to miss my points. Yeah. So when you separate the lower personality type from the statistic, and then you show them the insecurity they was in, that they was hiding, that made them go so hard to be the fireman, the firewoman, and stuff like that, right? Then you're meeting them face to face, and we're beyond the physical. Now this is the magic God gives its children, right? And we're not supposed to really be using this, especially on humans. We have to do this in large packs, because we can fly too in good natures when we drink and get y'all energy back. When we drink but have to just drink, we don't feel good doing it either. And it's only from people like in elitaries and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And driving people like Aleister Crowley for their houses to turn on fire and them almost kill themselves and stuff like that. Yeah, that be the works of Uriel. That be the works of me. We be anytime you negative, you playing around thinking you more powerful and spiritual and being a nigga, a real nigga, still in spiritual systems you ain't got no business doing. Here come Uriel. I'm the first one God sent. I was always in your mind first, though. That's why it ain't no ancient book. You ain't gonna know who taught the true knowledge if it ain't talking about Uriel. And they trying to take it all out of the news conduct. But for the most part, once you show a person that face, then they try to hide it. And once you take out everything, like how they got that insecurity in the first place, they got it from a Mason or a Jew or something, that Walt Disney or something like that. That spirit is truly naked. It has nothing to show. You took all their atmosphere breath that they made as physical breath too, all their consciousness. Now they can't breathe. I took now this person just naked. I take their space and make my space bigger, and then that person just live inside of me. I took their soul. Now their mind and their body is just like a cloud, memory, and physical form that could condense, like Earth getting shaped and molded out of water. Earth didn't land on water. I mean, water didn't land on Earth. Earth gets shaped and molded out of water in this conduct and shit like that. So that's how you take a person's soul, not their mind. Their mind ain't shit. Their mind is just something they utilize into condense as breath. And organs and blood cells and stuff like that. But the spirit is stuff like that. The spirit that space was in, I became the God of that space. So that spirit is so small, it can only live inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be Masons be trying to get y'all lost. See, now I'm actually teaching y'all that, and I actually do that for real. We all gonna do that and create this atmosphere. So that's how I really be in y'all dreams and stuff. This what I be talking about in my mind from my starting point, that they got y'all only remembering Galactus and Silver Surfer. But now that you hearing it, you might say I'm pseudo, right? But this why I'm the pilot man. I'm trying to make y'all forget Batman and Galactus. Because when you think about Galactus' story, what was he doing? I'll wait. So obviously, you know, these Jews and these Masons understand what I'm talking about. And I ain't teaching nothing new. I'm only reminding you what you already know. But since I'm actually here doing it, that's why we in a new time and it gets scary. But then when I tell you it's not narc energy, replace what I'm saying and replace it with your own mind. Now you know how to direct that energy towards the right individuals. Now you can start creating characters and stop watching Galactus and allowing Masons and Jews to do that, and we're in their world building their shit, aka their spirits is dying and being in atmospheres, and y'all are religious worshipping necromancy and geomancy, aka worshipping dead spirits trying to summon them back. Same way I get here, same way you here. Do y'all see the same mechanism now? Ain't nothing different. The only difference is either you using your power, taking it back, or you allowing them to get the whole bread loaf. But don't think it's anything different. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. And see y'all, a lot of y'all in person. And we're going to finish all this astrology. And tomorrow we're going to do an open panel. You know, we're going to put her that. And we're going to put her that.